B-Bad and Brandon.
And we are
No
recording.
countdowns.
Yep, that was...
Yeah, right.
Oh, you didn't get the countdown,
countdown.
but I got the countdown. That was pretty exciting.
Oh, I feel like I'd like you to count me down.
3, 2, 1. We're on. Oh, Kendra's leg.
And we are
Hello,
live.
Kendra. She can't hear me, I just remembered.
Hello. No.
How old is she now?
No. We got 3 months, 1 week, I think. She's wearing her Fortitude Barbell
Onesie. Yes, she is.
onesie.
She's
Looking
jacked.
very good. She's looking. She had a little workout today at the gym. We did some tummy time, which is very important. She quite likes her tummy time, which is good. Now Jay Lee's trying to take photos of us.
Oh, it's Jay Lee's Kendra's first podcast.
Yeah, it's Kendra's
Very
first
excited.
podcast. First of many. As you can see, she's very
Absolutely.
excited with her arm in the air. What did she hit today? I think she hit some tummy time. She did a couple of airplanes where she likes to fly around for a bit. We did a nap
good recovery
as
protocol.
well for a bit. Good recovery protocol post training. And I can tell you, we have now discovered, what's it called?
Ooh.
The Happy Song.
As in the song called Happy, or? Oh, it's
the song
okay,
is called The Happy
sick.
Song. And this one here doesn't like going in the car. She's very disappointed in cars.
Yeah.
It's boring. I get it. However, we were given this hot tip.
Mm-hmm.
There's this song called the Happy Song, and then they just fall asleep to it. It soothes them. Now, this might sound like bullshit, but we've had 2 car trips where she hops in the car cranky, and then as soon as the Happy Song comes on, out.
And it's actually called The Happy Song.
It's called the Happy Song on Spotify.
There's so much of me that wants to play it right now at risk of falling asleep.
Yeah, well now in fear we just listen to the Happy Song now. That's going to be on repeat now. So we've got a trip up the coast next weekend. So we're now, instead of what we used to do was listen to a Rogan or some sort of other podcast, now it's just going to be the Happy Song on repeat.
You got to adapt. Yeah, adapt and overcome.
Yeah, showing off her little feet. She's getting pretty feetsy, which is good.
Coaching,
what have you been doing today, bro?
Man, nothing too flash. And then gonna go eat a whole bunch of Mexican tonight.
Yeah, right here, Mexican's on. What are you gonna? Which kind?
Pepe's over in Newmarket.
Which Mexican? Oh, of course. Yeah, there's only one.
There's only one place to go.
Glad you're gonna say Pepe's.
Yeah. So I'm stoked. I'm pumped.
What you go to?
I'll probably run the enchilada. I think that covers all bases of protein, carbs, and fats, and then who knows? I might just.
What about? Do you do the jalapeno poppers?
I do. I love jalapenos, but coming out, I don't love jalapenos.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be very. I'll be very.
The jalapeno.
Is there a delay? I think there's a delay.
I've got no delay. Are you delayed?
I think so.
All good.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm sweet. Yeah. This is our first Riverside experience. What do you got on your laptop?
So I was just saying, for those listening, we are testing new software to give you a enhanced audio and visual experience.
Yeah, slide into those DMs.
Slip,
tell us how
thank
good
you.
it is.
Good correction.
Slip.
But I'm thinking it's going well so far. I know Kendra's liking it. She's got a big smile on her face.
Yeah, she's pretty pumped. So I think she'll be looking at maybe some post-training snacks. She likes a high protein meal for this one to maximise her gains.
She's gaining pretty quickly. She's on a very.
I'm just going to pass the junior burger off so she doesn't overheat in this room until we get air conditioning.
Bye, Kendra.
Say bye, Brando.
I keep forgetting she goes. Oh, look at that smile.
Bye. There we go. She's following Mum. Mum pop behind the camera. She's pretty excited. You shut the door, please, bro. Thank you. And you've officially retired from rugby league.
Yes, I have, and
You made your announcement the other day.
I'm
How you feeling? How you feeling in your retirement? In
I'm
retirement
feeling pretty
now.
good. It's a different feeling on the other side, just chilling out, and you know, it's good. It's life's
Yeah. What's
there's
it like on the
still
other
lots
side?
of options. Obviously, I thought a good topic for today anyway was talking about training around injuries, and I'm just looking for new ways to step it up. And oh mate, what's
Training
your
around
worst
injuries.
injury?
Fuck, we've all had plenty. What would be? I've got
Yes, you do.
3 or 4 discs hanging out my back. I did a S1 classic
Yep.
S1 L5 or L5 S1, whatever combo you want to call it. That's a fun story. I was misdiagnosed by my physio he thought I had a
Yep.
hip problem. So I want to say
On your
3 months, I got treated
Yep.
for a hip issue, and I forced an MRI, but because he was thought it was my hip. We got an MRI on my hip, and it showed low level. Is it osteopubis? Of the hip, and he's like, "Yep, that's it. That's exactly what it is." Now, in hindsight, no, it wasn't. I just done a lot of fucking
Yeah.
squats, so I had a bit of wear and tear on my hips, and I had disc hanging out my back. It wasn't a bit later on until I did a MRI that you're fucked when you get your MRI, and you know that it's fucked,
Oh,
and you don't need the doctor to tell you it's
it's
fucked.
funny you say that your disc
Yeah.
issues were misdiagnosed because my disc issue was also misdiagnosed,
Mm.
and it seems to be a common thing. And I like for those listening, you have so many muscles that attach off the vertebrae, but the most vulnerable ones are L5, and then your S1, S2, S3, S4. S5. Two, because like there's no muscles that directly attach onto it. Like your psoas attaches onto your lumbar vertebrae, but then it skips L5, so it's obviously more vulnerable. I was the exact same position. Everyone was treating me as a hip injury, and then it was only until recently they
Oh,
had an MRI and they're like, "Oh, you've done some disc damage in the past." I'm like, "What? No, I haven't." Unfortunately, you have. Fucking. What was the
actually,
process
you have.
like once you figured out it was a disc injury?
Yeah,
What did
fuck.
you change?
Yeah, well, it was tricky because I did it in 2014. So I like to think at least in 2014, there was no one really
Mm-hmm.
doing anything that they're doing now to rehab it. So I think a couple of paths I were
Yep.
told was one, surgery. I didn't like that. Two, don't do what you're doing. I was like, well, that's not fun. I like doing that. And then
Oh,
another one was like, just do some core stuff and you'll be fine. Um, so, there was no real, go see an EP or go see, whatever there is to work around it. And it was just a quest of self-exploration that
yeah.
kind of got me home, I guess. Plus, due to
Yeah. Right.
frustration, I just didn't squat or deadlift for 2 years, pretty
Because
much.
back then, like, what?
Just
There's really
lived the
only
bench life.
probably Andrew Locke was probably the only one getting around teach. Yeah.
Andrew Locke, but this is pre-Andrew Locke
Yep.
being in Brisbane, so he was still in Melbourne.
But then
I
he's
did come across
he's just going to
him,
prescribe you the McGill Big Three.
but I couldn't.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, but this is before McGill Big Three, bro. Like there was no McGill Big Three. There was just back then. He talked about a disc issue not being the end of the world for you, and there is a
Ended
way
that.
through it. But him not being in Brisbane kind of didn't sort of help things. It was a good chat with Chaz Wesley Smith. Is what got me home because I found him because I followed him and through the quest found that he'd done similar injury, and it was chatting to him that sort of at least gave confidence that it's not the end of the
Yep.
world. He talked about his protocols and what he did. and that was just movement. You know, there's a saying I like to use, and a few people say it's that, you know, pain-free movement create a pain-free life, right? So you just get yourself moving full range eventually, and then once you can do that, then you can progress and move on and address the reasons why your fucking disc fall out due to poor movement quality. And back in the day, we squatted equipped, and then we went to raw, and we still squatted like we're in a suit when we were squatting raw. So trying to sit back with a big fucking chest up were the two popular cues
Yeah,
back then.
right. Fuck, you
Your
know.
fucking back's like a fucking S, right? Of course your disc's going to fall out. But I remember I had an MRI like years on, because I like to look at things and make sure they're right. And the disc, you know, there was narrowing between one of the spaces, and the jelly had gone back in the biscuit on the other one pretty much. But, you know, they'd one had pretty much two vertebrae had fused, and another narrowed pretty significantly. But even the MRI showcased another disc had popped out at some point in time.
Yeah, it's I kind of want to get an MRI
non-symptomatic,
of everyone
I
in
think.
this sport and just see what's actually wrong with them.
Yeah, well, one of the most interesting things I sort of read in my journey was you could MRI, say, 10 spines, and 10 spines without problems, non-specific issues, and you could
100%.
potentially find at least one or two with discs
I reckon
hanging out of their
that
back.
the population would be surprised at the amount of wear and tear they get from doing everyday things. Like, I'm sure if you MRI'd everyone's hips in this sport, they would show some degree of a labral tear. And like I've got two labral
Yeah,
tears.
for sure.
One on my left hip, one on my left shoulder. Both have been managed conservatively. Both have allowed me to prolong my powerlifting career and compete at my best and do my best, even with those sorts of injuries. And you hit the nail on the head before, like quality of movement in a full range first, and I think that's the biggest thing. People go on a bit of a tangent. It's like the whole mobility stability side. It's not, you can't sit on one side or the other. There's not one side this and one side that. It's got to bridge the gap of both. Like, if you have a full range of motion, say through your shoulder, that's great. But how much stability do you have? Just once you have that full range, then you can apply the stability and overlay the stability. Then you can perform the movement required. But I think EPs, and I had this conversation with some really good physios. Like, I'm gonna put it out there. I usually bag a lot of physios pretty quickly. Like, they just, I think, miss the boat a lot of the times. But it was refreshing to talk to physios on Thursday down at Everybody's Physio in Brighton. Shout out. That addressing why your movement shit is of utmost importance.
Yeah, well, I think I don't have a full understanding.
Nah,
of what
they
get taught,
were
but
saying
I don't
it's
even
like
think they'd get
one,
taught a lot of that stuff.
2 hours a week for 3 months or something out of their course, like, and which is shit considering they're supposed to be I think they're put up on a pedestal too much, and I'm really sorry if you are listening and you are a physio. I know there are some good physios out there, so I don't want to rope you all into one, but they get glorified by health professionals. Like, you go to your GP, they then go, oh, we'll go see a physio. They're not going, oh, we'll go see exercise physiology or go see this. I think they have become in society this one-stop shop to fix everything, but unfortunately they're not trained in that profession. Yeah, and
they're just too.
It's just
very
unfortunate, the reality of the situation. Whereas I think, and it's always been the conversation. I think we said it on the podcast with Jackie. It's like, at some point, the physio or the ex-phys or whoever needs to take the reins of the rehab or the protocol or the training, and then at some point they're going to go, nah, it's your turn now. You take the reins, go ahead. So I think it's just about balance.
Yep.
Fucking oath. But that's the thing, like.
Yep. And squats.
No matter what injury, unless you've fucking absolutely destroyed your quad, even then, or ruptured something, or require surgery, or fucking, what was the other thing? Broken a bone, you should still be able to squat. Like, there is some
Yep.
version of a movement that you
Yep.
can do to train around
Yep.
your injury and keep moving. Because the minute you stop moving is the minute you freeze up and then you're just fucked. 100%. The best quote ever going around. If you don't use it, you lose it.
Don't use it, you lose it, right?
Anyone listening who hasn't benched in a while, you know you lose it straight away. And it's the same principles. If you don't access that or expose your body to deep range squats or full range of motions and movement, the second you go or you lose a little bit of tension in the whole of the squat, you are going to end up with something gone.
Yeah, 100%. The other thing I think that's appropriate for us is
I got stuck
not just moving in fucking one dimension.
Yep, I was stuck in the frontal plane for a long time in my powerlifting career, and it's yeah.
You need to. It's nice to move.
You can move in a rotational plane of motion.
It's good for the body.
Yep.
Yeah. I've been doing a lot of windmills lately.
Ooh, with a dumbbell.
Been enjoying a windmill with a dumbbell.
Fair.
Yeah, I like a dumbbell. It's just easier. Our kettlebells are old. I don't know what they weigh, so a dumbbell I know what it weighs. And then another trick is, if there's any clients listening, you'll get some inside goss here on how and why I program things. I know that a lot of them didn't know what windmills were, so I put them in the program because if they don't come and ask me what a windmill is, I know they haven't done it.
For any coach listening, that is a genius tactic.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Every program, I'll put something different in or word it strangely. So, and I'll put it far down, way below the fucking things they like to do.
That's fucking. I'm
just
actually
as a test to see if they actually fucking do it.
I am going to steal that. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Write that down. Write that down, coaches. That's a trick. That's a Johnny B. Bad exclusive trick for you, bro. Or the other trick is you can just do like revision quiz. So that they'll be training, and I guess they kind of. You'd be the same. Your clients kind of assume that perhaps you don't remember what they've got to do on their program, but that's our job. We know what they've got to do. So they're on week 2 or week 3 of the new block, and you're like, oh yeah, man, how'd you go with the windmills this week? And they look at you like, windmills? That's not on my program. I was like, maybe you should check. They said, how do you remember?
I like that, but I will admit I'm really bad
windmills in there.
at remembering what's on the program. But what I'm really good at is remembering what weight. And if I see someone in the gym load up something more, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's not your weight, I'm onto it like no tomorrow. Fuck.
Classic, yeah.
It's like I'm pretty sure I didn't program that, and then they'll look at me like, "No, you did," because they know I don't necessarily remember what's on it, but I know.
Yeah.
Fucking.
I'll catch that all the time. Well, they start using something.
That's meant to be slingshot. You're not meant to use that raw.
Hopeless. Yeah, well, I like to put in put in a tricky sort of warm up, something that's nice, but they haven't done it yet. Write that in the warm up. So I got warm up at the top of the program that covers the whole week. They're meant to do it every day, and they'll be like, I'll be like, fuck, have you done your banded walk with a leg lift? Just write it a bit differently. Like, what do you mean? I didn't know there was. What's that?
I think it's.
So that's the thing, first topic.
But it takes a lot of people, unfortunately, to have an injury before they take the prehab and the warm up seriously and are meticulous as they need to be. But again, it's.
Yeah, that's a disappointing thing. Hey, what I saw was there was a good quote this week. It might have been on. It got reshared by a few people. And it pretty much covered. It said, do your time doing your warm-up. In the set, I'll fuck it up, but it essentially said, do the time doing your warming up or do your time doing your fucking recovery.
It's like you either invest time in preventing injury or you spend time recovering from injury. Oh, bro. I've had so many.
Yeah, I know which ones.
I'd
I've
rather
had both.
not
I know
go
which
through
ones are more
another
fun.
Oh, it'd definitely be like the worst.
Yeah,
Any
what would
annoying
you
one would be
reckon be
the
your most
ruptured
annoying
Achilles.
one you've had?
Like that like just didn't just stop me lifting, but that stopped me pretty much
Yeah.
living a lifing. Yeah.
In boot life.
Like,
Lifing.
oh, bro, shout out Frankie the OG for dropping me to
Having to
work
get
every
driven
day.
around by your parents because you can't drive.
Bro. And like it's good in other aspects because it did.
Frankie.
I was talking to someone about to say like injuries like that force you to step back from things and reevaluate what's important, where you want to put your energy and time to. And one thing I did notice being around on crutches was how unconditioned I was without ever really giving it 2 cents. So now that I'm actually moving again, make sure I'm getting my steps in, and make sure I'm doing a bit of cardio or conditioning work, sorry, and just looking after myself, making sure I'm fucking healthy first and foremost. I'm averaging between
How many steps
10
you
and
like a day?
12,000 a day. Yeah, and that obviously I've had to slowly build that back up. But last week I hit something
Lovely.
like 3 days out of the week. I hit about 17,000. Oh, it was good, but man, my ankle couldn't handle that load yet.
Well, that's nice.
So it's like progression, linear progression with everything, baby.
Yeah, fuck. It's annoying. Yeah.
Yeah,
I even like to go
yeah.
a bit old school.
You know how like I remember
just put
that's
10
like
minutes
super
bike
frowned
in
upon
before
now,
you
but
start
I'm
your
really
session.
loving that approach. I do 10 minutes on the bike at the start or the finish, whatever. But I still reckon the best investment or best piece of gym equipment I've ever bought is a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Fuck, bro, I whack the tire out the back and I just go ham on that. Superset with some farmer's carries.
Oh, yeah, whacking things.
And you're lid off, of course, shirt off, out in the beautiful Brisbane heat, and you're getting a good sweat on.
Lid is absolutely off.
Has to be. As soon as I can, I'm going to start doing some atlas stones.
No, lid is absolutely off for that sort of stuff. Yeah, no, that's good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, stone. I love
This
stones.
is why
bro.
I have
love
recent
ripping
now.
into those things at Valhalla. I've got no fucking idea what I'm doing, but it's fun. Yeah, well, because we got to. I don't know if you've
I need to
thought
learn how to
about
pick up
this yet,
stones.
but at some point in time we are going to Iceland, and we need to not only just learn, but we've got to be able to lift up the Husserfeld stone, which is 188 kilos, 182 kilos or something.
Fuck.
Yeah, you remember Hazy said, he goes, yeah, you'll come to here and you'll lift this.
Wow. That's I haven't even benched that.
Otherwise we'll have to leave or something. That's heavy.
Yeah, right. Fucking,
So you get under it, and then you've got to walk a distance around.
that's old school.
Yeah, no tacky, no, you're meant to be no chalk.
They're just a different breed over there.
fucking
That's what I
raining and
love,
it's
like
wet.
their mentality around everything.
It is what it is.
Fucking oath. And they're just real hard work, fucking blue collar, let's dig in.
Yeah, they just breed them strong, bro.
Yeah, it's just what they do. There's no yes,
lift
maybe, or
weights.
anything else. It's just, this is what we're
Cold.
doing. Fucking oath.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I mean, that's top of my list of want to be able to go and visit a place like that.
Well, I'm looking to get into some
the,
sort of outdoor
Even just
camping.
the, 'cause you're
Glamping is
getting
probably a better
camping
word.
now.
Because, me and the outdoors don't necessarily go together like peanut butter and jelly, but it's just...
I think it will, mate. When
When
you're out in the middle of somewhere, when there's no city lights around you and all you can see is stars everywhere.
Fucking oath.
And
And I think going back
no
to
noise of anything, you're going to be
evaluate things.
You're
It's
going to be
like, well,
so stoked.
I love being in the gym. Don't get me wrong. I fucking love it, and I love talking shit with my mates while we lift some heavy shit. But there's also more outside of the gym that I can definitely explore as well.
Yeah, for sure. I think injury presents you with that reckoning, and it showcases that you can still be strong, still have the things you enjoy from the gym. But if you're a little
I
bit
think you
better
dropped your
with
mic a little bit too low.
and juggle it all right, you can
That's way
have
better.
things outside of the gym.
100%, and it doesn't have to affect what you do
got
in
me.
the gym.
Yeah, you can have
It
things
just
that are outside
enhances,
the
if
gym.
anything. Exactly, that's my whole philosophy.
No, not at all.
Better people make better lifters.
Yeah, happier lifter's better lifter, right? Yeah,
Fucking
exactly
oath.
right.
Go,
You just
go
got to
out in the
be
bush, go sit on the
maybe on your
stars, go get
deload
stark
weeks. Fucking
nude
go
and
away for the
fucking skinny
weekends.
dip.
Yeah.
I would love to. The only thing that scares me is like mozzing.
Fuck, I
and
would
shit.
love to get nude out in the bush. That'd be sick.
No, I fucking hate snakes. Like, I'm just more.
What about snakes? You gonna be
Yeah,
right with
you
them?
make a good point. But I'm just thinking, like, if it's dark, Mozzie's coming around. If I'm in my tent, yeah, fuck yeah, that's dope.
No, you mean your tent?
I'll be
zipped
right
up.
then, I reckon. I wanna see fucking.
But you'll have to
the
go out of
muscle
your tent to
drop.
go to the
I was
toilet.
over in Dubai, like out in the desert under the stars. That looked dope. I'd love to do something like that, eh? Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
I know, but I'm pretty keen.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Looking
Think
at
about that, dude. That's what you'll be able to do when you have your four-wheel drive and start adventuring. I was going to say my advice is just be careful because it can become a black
the
hole of
four-wheel drive
buying
or
things you
camping?
potentially don't need but you really want to have that are cool.
Yeah. Well, as everyone knows,
Both.
we're coaches, so we're not millionaires, and
Just
we live a modest life, and
no.
I know. So then I'm like, fuck.
Yeah,
this
but
is
you
another
don't, mate.
10
You don't want
grand
to be that
venture.
guy on the beach
Fuck.
with the peasant setup,
Probably
though.
more
That's
knowing
the
me.
thing. Yeah, dude.
Oh,
Yeah, dude. Fuck.
bloody
You
oath.
need awnings. You
I'll
need
just take
shade. You
pagan
need
shopping with
tents.
me
You
and
need
they can tell
pop-up
me what
tents.
manly stuff to
You need
buy.
a fridge. You need power. Yeah.
I'm looking on Tuesday, so by the time this comes out, I would have looked at a couple of different
Did you look at a
four-wheel
truck yet?
drives. I'm looking, hopefully, looking at a Ford Ranger or a
By the
Isuzu
time
D-Max.
this comes out, you'll own one. Yeah.
Either or. Look, I am leaning
yeah.
towards this Ranger. I saw
you have a
one in
preference?
particular. It's got really low Ks and fucking good price. I think so from memory.
Yep.
But the D-Max is like.
Ranger's probably a bit
D-Max
big.
and Rangers have
probably
been
a bit
like
bigger,
fighting
isn't
it out for first place 4x4s for the last few years.
Yep.
No, they just car sales put up a review.
Yep. Second place behind the Hilux.
Fucking hell.
Nah, they're biased. I don't know. Toyota, mate. Toyota, mate. Everybody knows. Just ask a Toyota owner.
That's pretty funny, actually. My old man's got a Hilux.
Absolutely.
He does. He knows a lot, old
Yeah,
Frankie.
I like that.
He
So,
was an auto electrician. For
yeah, see, he
27
knows.
years.
He knows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause
Yeah, I mean, I've had an Hilux. Yeah, sick. Well, fuck, if he's an auto electrician, he can install
He
your
probably
your
could.
second battery to run your power supply for
yeah.
fridge and things.
Nah.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, you're on. So I reckon, upon reflection of this podcast, we would say injuries suck. Do your prehab so you don't have to do rehab, and balance your training so you can go fucking camping more often.
Oh my god, bro. I just
Naked.
worked out that if I press a button on Riverside, I can get clapping and cheering. Wait, it's not doing it.
Do it.
Wait, try this.
Give me some.
Upload audio and video files by
Give me
dragging.
some.
Oh, wait, no,
I
I gotta...
haven't had any yet. Come on.
Yeah, that's
Waiting.
my bad. Sorry to get you so psyched up. My bad. My bad about that.
You got to add it in.
We'll work on that though.
Fuck. Sorry. That's all right, bro. It's all good. Yeah.
But we did the new
Anyway, man, I
questions
can't even have
yesterday,
access to
the
my
other
phone.
day.
My questions, I
Yeah.
was disorganized. They're all behind that
Don't,
screen
it's all.
somewhere
You probably
else.
could.
In my, and we're done. That's it. I can't even send you them, or can I? Unable to rotate while recording is active. Rotation is not allowed. All right. Well, sorry.
Yeah, it just you
My
really got
apologies.
told by
Sorry
nearly
about that,
Siri
phone.
there.
My phone just told me what to do. That's all right. Yep. I'm actually all for that. If I was to be very honest about Google and my iPhone knowing everything I do. I have a great example today of I wanted to send my client a photo of him I took. I had said I'm gonna send this photo to you, Andres, and then I went
They're
to look at my
listening, and I'm
phone,
like,
and
I
then
said,
there
you
it
make my
was
life
up,
easier. That's
in the bottom
dope.
section. First person to send it to, fucking Andreas.
Both. All right, bro.
Doesn't get any easier than that, bro. It's perfect.
I'm gonna send you many photos.
Yeah. Hell yeah. All good. All right, bro. You go enjoy some Mexican, eh?
You smash that taco and think of me.
Yeah, I just had two tacos. I got
Lovely.
one taco to
Premium and
go. I
taco.
also got Mexican. That's my steaks for dinner.
You can hang up and then just wait. Yeah, wait till
Should be good.
it's uploaded and you're
Sick.
good.
Do I do anything now, or do I just hang up?
All
We'll find out.
See you, bro.
All right, bro. I'll see you soon. Bye. Are you sure?